College football is back. What's going on, y'all? I'm Robert Wells. Let's get right into week 1 of the 2024 college football season. The first game, number 14, Clemson, at the number 1 team in the land, Georgia. Clemson will be ready for Georgia, but the Bulldogs are a different team at home. Yes, they are. The Georgia Bulldogs could be competing for a national championship this year because they're that good. Yes, they are. But in the first game of the regular season, I'm going with Georgia winning by 11 points or more, 26-15. The next game, number 8, Penn State at West Virginia. I think Penn State will be a better team this year. I really believe that. But they can't take West Virginia lightly. They cannot do that. An upset is possible in this game. But I'm going with Penn State winning by 10 points or more, 28-18. The next game, Colorado State at number 4, Texas. Texas made it to the college football semifinals last year against the Washington Huskies, and that was a good game too. It was. But they came up short to advance to the national championship game. They did. But I think this year the Longhorns will look to go back this year to the national championship. That's what I think. You know, they don't want the semifinals. They want to go back to the national championship and win it. I think Texas will make this game as a statement game with a win, and I got Texas winning by 30 points or more, 40-10. The next game, Akron at number 2, Ohio State. Battle in the state of Ohio. Oh, that's going to be a good game, but I'll get to the point. I think Ohio State, the Ohio State Buckeyes, like my friend Derek always say, because he's a big Ohio State fan. He always reminds me, so I remember to say that, Derek. I think Ohio State will beat Akron by 40 points or more, 47-7. The next game, number 19, the U, Miami, at Florida. The Hurricanes versus the Gators. I think this would be a competitive game too. I like both schools, I do. But I'm going with Miami winning in a close game by 10 points or more, 24-14. The next game, Western Kentucky at number 5, Alabama. For me, and a lot of college football fans, especially Alabama fans, it won't feel the same. It won't, because we were used to seeing head coach Nick Saban on the sidelines for Alabama. We've been used to that for years. He has retired, and now Alabama has a new head coach in Kellen DeBoer, and he will be on the sidelines for Alabama. And I think it's a good hire. DeBoer comes from Washington, which he led Washington Huskies to the national championship game against Michigan. They came up short. Michigan was going to win it that year, point blank period. But he will hope to continue the winning tradition at Alabama. He will. I think he will. Or fans will be asking for his job in Alabama. That's how it works in Alabama. It's king out there, football. I think he will start his career at Alabama with a win. I got Alabama blowing out Western Kentucky by 40 points or more, 56-10. Roll Tide! That's a shout out to my brother-in-law because he's an Alabama fan. The next game, which is the game of the week, number 7, Notre Dame at number 20, Texas A&M. Notre Dame are going into a hostile environment at Texas A&M because it's hard to win there. If Notre Dame wants to compete for a national championship this year, they have to win games like this. They have to do it. I got the Fighting Irish winning by 2 touchdowns, which that's 14 points or more, 28-14. The next game, which is the game the Starkey family and I have been waiting for since the national championship game last year. We've been waiting for this moment. We've been waiting for it for a while. Fresno State at the Big House, the defending national champions too. Number 9, the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan's new head coach, Sharon Moore, makes his head coaching debut for the defending national champions, the Michigan Wolverines. That sounds really good, doesn't it? Defending national champions. I think it sounds good. I know the Starkey family agrees with me too. If you don't know, Sharon Moore was the Wolverines' offensive coordinator last year, but he won some big games when then head coach Jim Harbaugh, when he was suspended for 6 games last year. He won all 6 games in his absence. He did, and he did a good job too. After winning the national championship last year, Jim Harbaugh left Michigan. It was sad. And he is now the new head coach for the LA Chargers in the NFL. I think he's going to do well with the Chargers. I think Sharon Moore will start his head coaching debut, his career, with a big win because they will play Texas in week 2 next week. That will be a good game too. Yes, it will. For that game next week against Texas, I got Michigan beating Texas at home by 6 points or more, 30-24. But as far as this game goes against Fresno State, I got Michigan winning by 25 points or more, 45-20. Go Blue! Oh yeah. And the final game to watch, number 23 USC at number 13 LSU. This is going to be a good game, y'all. It's going to be a good game. Former USC quarterback Caleb Williams is now with the Chicago Bears. And yeah, I'll talk about that towards the end of this episode. I will. But new USC quarterback Miller Moss will bring USC back into the top 10 again this season, in my opinion. I think that's going to happen. He's a good player. Also, Miller Moss could be the next number 1 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft next year. There has been 6 number 1 overall picks in USC history. As far as this game goes, I think USC will put up a good fight, but I think LSU will win by 7 points or more at home, 23-16. And finally, next weekend, the 2024 NFL regular season starts, and I know y'all can't wait for it. I can't wait for it either. The first game is next Friday, the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Packers quarterback Jordan Love versus Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. This will be a good showdown. Yes, it will. For the Packers did well in the playoffs last year. Yes, they did, but lost to the San Francisco 49ers. That was a good game if you watched it. They gave the 49ers a run for their money. Yes, they did. Now, the Eagles made the playoffs last year, but they lost in a wild card game to Tampa Bay. They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that was a blowout, that game. This could be a playoff matchup this year after the regular season. It could happen. Down to the wire, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles winning by 4 points or more, 28-24. The next game, the Minnesota Vikings at the New York Giants. After being on Hard Knocks this summer, I'm telling you, the Giants are they will look to make the playoffs in 2024. It could happen. Whereas the Minnesota Vikings will look to make the playoffs this year. They didn't make it last year. They made it a year before, but they're looking to make it in 2024. This game could go either way. It could go either way. I'm going with the Vikings winning by a touchdown or more, 27-20. The next game, the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm about to say Alabama. No, Atlanta Falcons. Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback for the Steelers. Wilson beat out former Chicago Bears quarterback Justin Fields. And, Fields, he'll do well down the road. With the Steelers on another team. There's hype in Atlanta with a big addition of quarterback Kirk Cousins. I like the Falcons, but I'm going with the Steelers, winning by 10 points or more, 27-17. The next game, the Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. AFC South showdown. It's going to be a showdown in AFC South. Yes, it will. The Texans beat the Colts last year to win the division. Yes, they did. The Colts will be better this year. They will be better this year too, I'm telling you. I think the Houston Texans could surprise every team in the AFC division like they did last season, but they could make it to the Super Bowl this year. We shall see. You have to beat the Chiefs, but we shall see. I'm going with the Texans winning by 12 points or more, 26-14. The next game, the Arizona Cardinals at the Buffalo Bills. I think the Bills are the better team. I really believe that. And the Cardinals will be in the game or not, but I think the Bills will win by 2 touchdowns or more, 32-18. The next game, the Tennessee Titans at the Chicago Bears. Yeah, you know I'm a Bears fan. Since the Bears are on Hard Knocks for the first time in franchise history, all Chicago Bears fans can't wait, and I'm one of them. Can't wait to see the number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, quarterback Caleb Williams, to play in his first regular season game debut. Over 3 years ago, I said that the Bears will be in the Super Bowl in 2024. I did say that. I said that 3 years ago. Can the Bears win the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback in Caleb Williams? Well, yes, they can. The reason why is because he's that good. And I said this before on Cross Sports. I said this before. He doesn't look like a rookie out there. He's going to have his moments, but he doesn't look like a rookie. He's going to get better each game this season. He will. The Super Bowl is back in my mind, is in the back of my mind. But my main focus is the Bears making the playoffs. I'm thinking 10-7, a 10-7 record or more wins for the Bears this season, like I said back in April, because I did. The Bears traded for a pass rusher and a defensive tackle within 2 days. I hope the Bears trade for Dallas Cowboys linebacker Parsons. I really hope so because of contract issues in Dallas. I don't know if that would happen. I don't know or not. I don't know. But if we get him, for sure, the Bears are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, Bears GM Ryan Poles has been doing it. Yes, he has, since he was hired by the Bears on January 25th, 2022. Now, back to the game. I think the Bears will be ready for game 1 of the regular season. I really believe that. I got the Bears beating the Tennessee Titans by 15 points or more, 28-13. The next game, the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Miami Dolphins. Yeah, that's going to be a good game. I think the Jaguars are going to be really good this season. I really think so. I think that the Dolphins will continue to do their thing like they did last season. So it's going to be a good game. I like this matchup. Good game is going to happen. Down to the wire, I'm going with the Jaguars winning by a touchdown or more, 26-20. The next game, the Denver Broncos at the Seattle Seahawks. That's going to be a good game, y'all. It will be. Broncos quarterback Bo Nix is the starting quarterback in Denver. He's a good player. Yes, he is. I've always thought that he was a good player since he played at Oregon. So I don't expect anything different. I'm looking forward to seeing former Michigan Wolverines and former Baltimore Ravens defensive coordinator and the current head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, Mike Macdonald. I'm looking forward to it because he's a good coach. He's a really good coach. And I like how he develops his players. I really do. He's a teacher. He is a teacher. And I think the Seahawks will be tough, and they will be tough to beat at home. But I'm going with the Broncos, and I think they could win this game. So, like I said, I kind of gave it away. I was going back and forth in this game. I really was. I was going back. I'm going with the Broncos, like I said earlier, winning in a close game by 3 points or more, 30-27. The next game, the Las Vegas Raiders at the LA Chargers. Former Michigan's head coach, Jim Harbaugh. He makes his head coaching regular season debut with the Chargers. It's going to be kind of odd not seeing him in the Michigan hat on, with a Michigan hat on. Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce is now the full-time head coach for the Raiders. I think this will be a competitive game too. I really think that. So I like the Chargers because of Jim Harbaugh. But I think the Raiders will come out with the victory by 10 points or more, 32-22. I hope I'm wrong because I'm a Michigan fan. The next game, the Dallas Cowboys at the Cleveland Browns. I think the Cleveland Browns will be ready for this game. I really believe that. Dallas is a good team. Yes, they are. But this is not the same old Cleveland Browns. It's not. They're not the same old team that you beat. The Browns are good. They are. They was in the playoffs last year. Dallas is no joke at all. But I think the Browns will win by a touchdown or more, 36-30. The next game is on Sunday Night Football. The LA Rams at the Detroit Lions. Yeah, good game coming up. The Detroit Lions were one win away of going to the Super Bowl last year. I didn't have a problem going to the Super Bowl, but they're the Lions in the division with the Bears, so I didn't want that to happen. The Lions will be good again this year. Former Rams defensive tackle and the best defensive tackle in NFL history, Aaron Donald, retired from football last season. So, how will the Rams defense be in 2024 without Aaron Donald? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to be this year. We just have to wait and see what happens. The Lions are the new LA Rams, in my opinion, because the Lions are good now. So I got the Lions winning by 2 touchdowns or more, 34-20. And the final game is on Monday Night Football, and I can't wait. The New York Jets at the San Francisco 49ers. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers will look to redeem himself after tearing his Achilles in the first game of last season. Yeah, that was tough. He did against the Buffalo Bills. Plus, he returns to his home state of California. So, Aaron Rodgers will look to put on a show in front of his family, friends, and fans. Yeah, and the 49ers almost won the Super Bowl last year against the Kansas City Chiefs. That was a good game. It had my heart beating. Oh. And the 49ers will look to go back to the Super Bowl, but win it all this time. I like both teams, but I'm going with the 49ers winning by a touchdown or more, 33-27. Hit that red subscribe button down below and turn on your notification to get all the new videos of Cross Sports. And leave your comments down below. Leave them down so I can post your comments on Cross Sports. But, you know the motto here. Keep it clean, all right? Keep it clean. Don't say anything crazy on here. Keep it clean, all right? All right? All right. Now, I'll talk to you all next time on Cross Sports. Peace.